So, beneath the Ghoul Lair, let's talk about the module a little bit. This is my old beat up table copy of it. I've been using this thing for years and years and years. Normally, I actually would never write in a module. I'm a collector. I don't like writing in my books. However, actually, I made this book. I could print off as many as I wanted to, so we actually did write in this quite a bit. But this guy was actually a really unique module when we were first trying to come up with modules for Westgate Adventures 15 years ago. I was writing new stories. I wanted to just create entirely new things, mostly because a lot of the stories that I had were stuff that I was weaving together from other publishers and other modules and things. And so we couldn't publish any of that, of course. It's already been published. And I wanted something new. Well, one summer night when we were playing the game, I was using a lot of wandering tables, and there's a big wilderness adventure part of the game that we were playing, this particular story I was running. And the tables I was using were a little limited, and I just kept getting these like ghoul responses for some reason. I don't know why. It was like 3 or 4 in a row. And finally, one of my players, like in character, asked everybody else, like, "Why are there so many ghouls out here? We're in the middle of nowhere. Why are these ghouls out? This makes no sense." And so they tracked them, and there's, of course, as great gaming happens, all this is is all unplanned, and so they tracked these ghouls, and I had to come up with a layer off the top of my head. They wanted to explore it, so I wrote up a dungeon while we were playing and actually developed it over. We did it partly that night, and then I had another week to do the rest of it, and then we got together and finished it out. Actually, I think it was several weeks that we did it. And so what you're seeing is actually basically like my table notes that have been written up into an actual adventure, and of course, very cleaned up, very polished, and you would never know that this was just kind of made up off the top of my head during actual play. But that's actually where the Ghoul Lair was designed, and because of that, it's a really neat little adventure. It wasn't, it's not a really enormous adventure. It's only a 2-level dungeon, actually like 2.5 levels. There is what I call the dungeon within a dungeon within a dungeon concept. I love using that concept. So there are other secrets within the Ghoul Lair to explore as you're going through it. That's why it's called Beneath the Ghoul Lair, by the way, because the Ghoul Lair is just the start.